The shocking truth on tithing. Food, not money.
Separation of church and state, consequently, has long been a governing principle of laws and policy within the U.S.
As far as the tax exempt, of course, I'm for it. I think that the church, obviously I'm for it, but the church...
Reported the U.S. government had begun training pastors to demand citizens' compliance with government requirements in the event of a national emergency or a natural disaster.
Flow Dollar's undisputed tithing champion. How much do you tithe?
I tithe 10% because that's what the Bible said.
Evander Holyfield.
Holyfield estimates that through the years, he's tithed more than $20 million when he netted $35 million for the infamous ear-biting fight against Mike Tyson. He says 10% went straight to the church.
I get 3.5 million.
3.5 million?
Yeah.
That was a heck of a payday for the church.
Well, I didn't look at it like that.
How comfortable are you receiving?
Comfortable as I would be receiving $5 from another person whose tithe was $5.
In order to retain their official tax-exempt status, churches cannot say certain things about the government, nor teach certain things in conflict with government policy. If they do, their tax-exempt status can be revoked.
$18 million a year, that all of that gets ploughed back into the church. Is that right?
That's correct.
But on the books which sell by the squillion, you keep all the cash.
Well, we give. We're big givers, I'll promise you that. But
Takers as well?
Sure.
Keep some of it?
We do.
Would you have any problem?
It's like when you have to pay the light bill,
Exactly, yeah. But you're like multi-millionaires, aren't you?
When you have to pay the light bill,
Exactly, yeah. But you're like multi-millionaires, aren't you?
Is that because the ministry covers most of your overhead?
Yeah,
with your allowances?
That's the blessing of nonprofit ministry.
According to the Bible, what biblical tithing is before Satan came via the Christian church and deceived the entire world. Leviticus 27 verse 30. And all the tithe of the land, whether of the seed of the land or of the fruit of the tree, is the Lord's. It is holy unto the Lord. So, the tithe, according to the Bible, is of the seed of the land and the fruit of the trees. You're going to find out that tithing in the Bible is only food. And if a man will at all redeem aught of his tithes, he shall add thereto the 5th part thereof. And concerning the tithe of the herd or of the flock, even of whatsoever passeth under the rod, the 10th shall be holy unto the Lord. So a 10th part of the herd and the flock. This is the meat. The first one that we talked about, the fruits and the seed of the ground, that's dealing with the vegetables. Now it's the herd and the flock. Now it's dealing with the meat. Tithing is food according to the Bible. All throughout the scriptures, what we're going to find out in this message, that it's going to have nothing to do with money. All of it has to do with food. Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed. You feel guilty about not paying 10% of your hard-earned income. This scripture is not talking about paying money. Now let's find out in the first chapter how we were robbing the Most High God with tithes and offerings. Food. Let's find out what we were doing. Malachi 1 verse 12. But ye have profaned it, in that ye say, the table of the Lord is polluted, and the fruit thereof, even his meat, is to take care of your own people. Take care of those that were around you. It wasn't to go out and go buy a new Mercedes-Benz. Give the pastor 10% so he can go out and buy a multi-million-dollar home. That's not what the tithing was for, ladies and gentlemen. That's not tithing according to the Bible. That's fraudulent behavior and fraudulent activity and robbery. That's what that is. Nehemiah